Howdy folks, Little John, and sort of time for a bit of it's almost a Friday on Friday, but it's not quite, which is becoming sort of part of the course of late. It's Thursday afternoon. I'm going to get a video done tomorrow morning, but it's not going to be for the 5 on Friday. It's going to be to finish off a brew food. But I've just sat down some unboxing this fella, and I'm going to have a taste, and I thought I'd have a bit of a chat while I'm here. But anyway, before I get into this, cheers to the Patreons, cheers to the subscribers. If you aren't a subscriber, hit the button down there in the corner. If you're interested in becoming a Patreon, have a look at the link down the bottom and see what it's all about. Those guys that are there, cheers. Thank you for your support. Now, today's I'm talking beer. We're also running some whiskey. I want to talk about. It's going to sound magical. The never-ending keg. Not so much the never-ending keg, but it's the keg that you think it's empty and it just doesn't finish. I've got it up here. I'm going to get into that shortly, but before I do, I'm getting into this. Now, as you'll be aware, I turned 50 back in May. Dead smack in the middle of lockdown. The wife was still in the middle of her treatment, and we could not really celebrate. In the end, I think the best I did was I sat out in the back veranda here and I had 2 beers on. It was Saturday afternoon. I cracked my 50th birthday on a Saturday. I couldn't have done any friggin' better. Couldn't ask for any better. And it all got shot out the window. Now, what I wanted to do for my 50th was I did want to buy myself a really good bottle of whiskey. Yeah, I've got some nice bottles. There's no, I'm not going to say I haven't. But ever since a while back, I tried the Wild Turkey Master's Keep at one of the local bars. I had a nip. Not the time. Paid $23 for it. Now that's quite extravagant for 30 ml of spirit. But I wanted to try it. At that stage, that's a $220 to $250 bottle of bourbon. That's not something I'm gonna just splash out and buy for the heck of it. Not really knowing what's going on. Yeah, I spent $110. Sort of top dollar. I wasn't going to pay double that without sort of knowing what's going on. So I had tried, and it was bloody beautiful. And I decided that for my 50th, I was going to buy myself a bottle. And I was going to sit down on my 50th with my family, my closest people, share a nice bottle of bloody good whiskey and celebrate being 50. Given that 10 years ago, I wasn't even sure I was going to make it to here. So there was some celebrating to be done. Got a new grandchild, and son's married, and life's done good things. Wanted to celebrate. Didn't get a chance, but last week I'm sitting at work. Phone blows up. Well, it doesn't blow up as such. I get a message on the phone, and it's from a whiskey company saying that they're doing the Master's Keep for $100 off. Little John's intrigued. Little John's very interested. So I'm thinking about it. Do I do it? Do I not? And in the end, it's $150. Now, the cheapest I've ever seen Master's Keep is $220, and quite often I said you'll pay $250. They were saying it was $100 off their normal price. So, being typical Little John, the cheap ass that I am, being with the Scottish and the long arms and short pockets and all that bullshit. Long arms, short pockets, long arms. Anyway, as you know, I don't buy anything unless it's on sale. I armed and ahed, and I wasn't going to, and I thought about it. And this goes back to the whiskey jar video I did not that long ago about actually, I might have just been it was about drinking quality at home and comparing the price to what you pay out when you go out. So I worked it out, and the worked out was under $7.50 a nip, which is less than you're going to pay at any pub for a bourbon, and that's for just for Jim Beam White Label. So economically, it didn't seem too bad. So I jumped on it, and here we be. So here's Little John's bottle of Wild Turkey Masters Keep, 1894. I'm pretty pleased about this, I've got to say. Like I said, I was very disappointed with obviously not being able to celebrate my 50th birthday. And I'd planned for quite a while on getting myself a nice bottle of this sort of thing to celebrate. So I'd sort of written it off, and I thought, oh well, bloody COVID, things go wrong. And then when this come up, no, hang it, that's going to happen. So here she be, and today, on a Thursday afternoon, with absolutely nothing to celebrate other than the fact that I'm alive. That I didn't die today, and as far as I can tell, there's probably a good chance I won't die tomorrow. I'm going to have myself a trial. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to discuss this other issue. It's taken me a while to get there, but anyway. Got the good glass out. We'll pour a generous slurp of it. So, just for those that are interested, doesn't actually say much on there. It is a 750ml bottle, so it just says Masters Keep on the box. This one's labelled as the 1894. I don't know what particularly that means. And I'm assuming 1894 is when Wild Turkey actually started, so just harking back to their original days. But individually hand-selected barrels from our oldest rick house sat high on Wild Turkey Hill. So supposedly this comes from the Best Barrel House. It's a mixture, from the blurb I've read on this one, it's a mixture of 17-year-old, 15-year-old and 6-year-old whiskies. So I don't know if this is the one I actually tried when I was at the local. I think it was a plain fella. Oh, that's nice. That is lovely. It is really good. Oh, Little John's a happy man. Anyway, that we'll tuck away for a special occasion. That's certainly not something I'm going to be just drinking willy-nilly. Given that the 50th is over, at some point we may have a bit of a celebration, but that's how it be. So anyway, let's put that aside for the moment and get on to the subject. What I'm talking about, as I said, kegs that just don't run out. And what brings me to this is I bottled the rice, well, kegged up the rice lager a week or so ago, week and a bit ago. And off the night before I kegged it, I was playing around with gas lines and gas connections with the all round. So I had to get the gas off the kegs and rework the lines so I could do the pressure transfer from the all-rounder, because with the craziness of bloody COVID, I can't actually get myself a regulator to make up a new setup for my gas, for its second gas bottle, so I can just have my transfers happen on its own system. So before I disconnected it, I poured myself a glass of the IPA, and I was very confident that at the very end of that glass it had started to blow. So I thought, cool, I'll if I can just replace that keg with a new one with the rice lager. So I had thought about bottling half and kegging half, and sitting the keg until it was ready, and then having some bottles to age. But when this keg had appeared to have blown, I thought, okay, well, I'll just bottle the two. I'll go into the two kegs I've got. One I can age for a little bit on the floor, and the other one can get straight in on tap. So went through, done all the kegging, and as you see is on video. Actually, I think the actual transfer is only on Patreon. I don't think that's on the actual channel. So if you're on a Patreon, you're not going to be able to watch that. Again, one of these is the extras you can get with the Patreon. So gone through, put the gas back on. I'll pull the tap just to clear the line and make sure that that the IPA was actually blown, and bloody thing poured a full glass. I've checked the keg. It's bloody light as. And since it's bloody poured it's poured 4 glasses since. I mean, and not just 4 glasses, 4 of the Spiegel glasses, which they're certainly bigger than a schooner. They're 540 ml or something. So it's a decent sized glass. And I want to get this rice lager on the tap. It's gas, but I want to get on tap so I can start, get it cold and start drinking it. And this IPA just keeps laughing at me. It's the isolation IPA, the isolation ale. And it's like it's laughing at me every time I go and pour a glass. So I'm going to have another crack at it and see how we go. So I'm going to go over there. I'm just going to roll it over. Yeah, I'm not going to be on in shot, but you can hear me, and I'm going to pour away, and I'll see if she blows. She's pouring away. Now I think what's happened is done it here is, since I changed the gas over, it's developed this little habit of having a little bit of a spurt, just a splutter when it first pours. Then there's sort of a space. So it shoots a little bit of foam, then it pauses and then goes again, and then pours normal. And that's how she pours. She pours a beautiful looking bit. But again, it's poured another fucking glass. 5 now. Close to 2 litres. It's a 9 litre keg. The freaking thing's got no weight in it. I don't know when it's going to go. I was really hoping that would be it. I really thought that would be it. And this is one of the things that bloody kegs will do to you. You think they're going to run out, and they don't. They keep going and they keep going. You're ready to get something else on. Or you tend to get the other side of the coin where you think you got plenty of a beer left, and you pull the tap, and it just throws shit at you, and it's gone. It's like you weren't ready for it. You didn't think it was going to be was anywhere near ready to go, and bang, it's all over. But this is what kegging, what you deal with when you got kegs. At least when you're bottling, you know exactly how many bottles you got. They're physically there. You can count them. It's easy. You got bloody go. You can put your finger on each different one and you count them. You got 7, 8, 10, 1. You know. But with the keg, there's its mystery. I mean, you see quite often people asking, how can I know how much beer's left in my keg? And there's different things you can use. There's gadgets that you can use with magnets and whatnot, and you know, you can drag the keg out of the fridge and sit it out of the fridge and go off the bloody condensation line. But that's only accurate to a certain degree. You know, it's not a complete thing. You can check them. The really only accurate way is to weigh the bloody things. And I haven't got scales enough to weigh a keg. I probably should get some. I probably should buy a decent set of, shop scales instead of just using me pissy little 2 kilo ones. Probably would make life a little bit easier, but I don't need another bloody larger item trying to bloody take up space in the brewery. But that's the only real way to know exactly what's in your keg, is to weigh the bloody thing and know how much weight is in there. So without doing that, without accurate gadgets, we're just taking guesswork. You know, I mean, I've seen guys where they've had counters, attached to the tap, or sitting next to it, so you can click on it, or you can mark on a chalkboard how many. But I've thought about bloody doing that myself and just putting the mark on. And I'm thinking, but then you're not going to remember every time. And I vary my glasses. I don't use the same glasses all the time. Like generally, if I'm using an IPA, I'll generally pour a spit blue. But quite often I'll use, my 360ml Oxfords, which only hold about 330ml of actual liquid. And sometimes I'll use the Headmaster schooners. And sometimes I use other glasses as well. So that's not going to be particularly accurate either. So that's what I'm stuck with. That's a bloody good beer. I don't want it to run out. Like I'm in that hard place. Like this brewer's drinking really well, and I don't want it to run out particularly, because then it's gone. But I want to get this other. I want to keep this other brew on. So a little bit of impatience on my part, I suppose. Really, I should be happy to sit back and go, okay, well, I've still got a bloody lovely, juicy, fruity IPA that I can drink. It's still winter. It's probably not really rice lager time. But I would like to get it back on the keg and gassed up properly and conditioning. So, do you guys have the same problem? How is there a way you deal with it? Did you just put up with it and go, okay, well, keg blows when keg blows? I know plenty of guys out there only running one keg, one tap or 2 taps. In which case it'd have to be a little bit more difficult. But what do you do? Does it frustrate the hell out of you? Do you just not worry about it? Did you just go and pull the tap until it spits no more beer at you, and you just go with that and then swap them when you're ready? Do you try to plan? Do you keep some sort of tally of how many beers you've had, so you know when you're getting close, so you can make that next batch, so it's ready to go straight away? Put it in the comments. Stick it down there. But what's that? Nothing educational today. Just some banter and bullshit, a little bit of bloody fluff. But anyway, as I said, if you haven't subscribed to Little John, then you should be subscribed. There's no, but I mean, you're missing stuff. Potentially missing things if you aren't subscribed. Hit the button down there in the corner, ring the bell. Apparently, and then you get notified what's going on. New video comes up, Little John does something, you hear about it. You don't miss anything. And I said, Patreons, cheers guys. Shout out to God. I can't think of his name. There's a new fella, new fella's joined up in the last little week. I've not. Oh, look, mate. Yeah, no, I'm at a loss. Something a little bit different. I've stuck a link up earlier on anyway, saying, yeah, welcome you, but yeah, welcome along as Patreon to all Patreons. Again, if you're interested, have a look, check it out. But that's me. I'm done. Little John, happy with his belated 50th birthday present / celebration. Maybe comment down the bottom. What's that real special drink you have? Is there that one bottle you've got? That one something you've got in the fridge or on the cupboard or in the shelf, in the bar, wherever you keep your stuff? It's that one special bottle you've got. Yeah? And what's it for? Why is it there? Let us know. But that's me, Little John. I'm done for the day. So till I see you again, we brewing beer, we talking beer, or we drinking beer, or whiskey. Good brewing.